Dum Dum versus Dum Dum, honestly.
Do not redeem! Do not redeem the card! What? Do not redeem the card!
It's time!
Well, it's been a few days past. It's Tuesday now, so there's been some time to sort of settle on it and make my mind up on really how I feel about this card. And I think I speak for everybody when I say, look, fucking dog shit. That was dog shit. Real dog shit. Now, if you got Fight Pass, or if you were, you were doing a little cheeky, the first three fights of the night, fan-fucking-tastic. Fan-fucking-tastic. And I'm glad, there's a reason why Quinlan got that 50k bonus. But fuck, everything after that. I don't know how entertaining this video will be beyond those 3 fights, but Quinlan, Jubilee, fucking redeemed him. Like, why did you redeem? I got bloop, gone. So that was really satisfying to watch. Definitely an early stoppage. I don't think there's any doubt about it being an early stoppage, but you look at the ref. I haven't seen that ref that many times, but he was already coming in to call that fight once Jubilee hit the ground. The way Jubilee fucking smacked that ground was like that of someone who'd just been KO'd. He definitely was coming in on that. I think it was a single leg, might have been a double leg, but maybe he could have done something with it, but fuck, mate, he got fucking dropped. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm a ref, I might have made that call too. Great fucking win by Quillen. Jono versus Josette. Now, mad respect to Jono. I'm a bit biased on that. He grew up in the same town as I. Seen him around a couple of times. I don't personally know the guy, nothing like that. But me and the friends, obviously you're going to support a guy that's coming from your same town, right? So we were like fully in his corner. That's probably the fight that we were looking most forward to. Wow, great kicks. Like, those body kicks, actually fantastic. I'd seen him fight a couple times at Hex before then. And when I say a couple times, to be honest, I only recall the last time. I usually go to most Hex events. He was at that one, the one just before he got, his last fight before he got signed. I gotta be honest, he looked okay. I didn't think he looked, I didn't think he looked like he was going to fucking go in there and start winning UFC fights, to be honest. The Contender Series, he walked through that bloke. And that only says so much. How many times have we seen somebody walk through someone in Contender Series and go on to not really, not really be able to put it together in those bright lights? And those were bright lights, that's in front of his family. You have to assume that he knows, people are watching him, just across the pond in Victoria back home. And he put it on Juicy. Juicy just seemed to have the exact same problem he had the last fight. Just didn't really have any aggression or power. And it's funny because I've seen him do that before, but just didn't really have it again. Rongzhu versus Steele. Mate, I went for Rongzhu just because Israel Adesanya said it in his video. I didn't know either of these blokes. I knew Steele was having trouble finding an opponent and why he was such a heavy favourite. I understood that. I never watched anything he had done prior to this. I took Rongzhu just because, I'm just supporting the boys, CKB, Anzacs. That's the only reason. And the dude won me some fucking good money, so hell yeah. That was a fucking whitewash, honestly. Actually, Steele looked like fucking shit. Colby versus Topuria. I felt a bit bad for Colby for this one. I was really in Colby's corner trying to, I really wanted Colby to win this one. I'd been saying for a good while that I thought Colby, he had it in him. I thought he was UFC caliber, or at least that he could get there. And don't get me wrong, I don't think he necessarily showed that he couldn't get there, but I don't think he had the power. I wasn't even particularly impressed with what Topuria was doing at the time. I think Topuria looked a bit, especially in that third round. But I think I saw what Colby's corner was telling him, that Topuria really had slowed down. He was feeling the weight of it a little bit. But yeah, Colby couldn't hurt him. Just couldn't hurt him. Didn't really feel like he had that power. And he was trying. Even in the scrambles in the third round, he was really, really, really trying to get out of his positions. But again, on the feet, he a couple of the few things that he was landing, he didn't have the power. I hope that he gets a contract. I hope that he stays in there. I think that he can get there, but I don't think there's much of a problem with him staying on the regional scene for a little longer. Maybe till his body maybe matures a little bit. Some guys, I think he was 23 or 25. Some guys, their bodies don't really get that strength until they start getting closer to 30 or in their mid 30s. Well, definitely not in their mid 30s, but as they start getting closer to 30, maybe Colby's one of those guys. Wayne Kong versus Bruno Brazil. I don't give a fuck, honestly. Tom Nolan versus Borshev. A bit of a stinker. A little bit of a stinker in my opinion. I wouldn't say necessarily a stinker, but it was a classic Borshev fight. He was 2 steps behind, just taking the damage. Nolan couldn't really put enough aggression together to build up the momentum to finish him. It was about as predictable as it could be. Now, Jack Jenkins versus Santos. I was actually on my way to the pub when this fight was occurring. That was a mistake. Jack Jenkins is one of my favorite unranked Aussie fighters. From what I've seen, and especially what I saw of the betting lines while I was on my way to the pub, not a good day for Jack. So I don't have too much to say about it because I didn't watch it live. I just saw highlights. Jake Matthews versus Prado. Look, I think Jake Matthews could put something together. I think he has the skill set. It's not that he has the skill set, but I think his skills haven't exactly reached their ceiling yet. I think he has a little bit more that he could do, a little bit more that he could show. But sometimes he just fucking doesn't rock up. And I don't know what it is. He just has... How long's he been in the UFC for? I want to say... And guys, this is my impressions, right? So I just want to say this. When I'm giving... I don't know how this channel will evolve. I don't know how my impressions will evolve. I just want to try to give a quick rundown of what I remember and how I felt about each one without looking at the highlights, without looking at the strike counts, just exactly as I watched it and what I felt in the moment. Because honestly, sometimes I'll watch something else or I'll see something else and that'll sway what my opinion was. So I'm just giving my absolute raw dumb cunt opinion of what I saw. And Jake Matthews, I think, looked okay. This was a classic Jake Matthews performance from me. I think he can keep going. I think he can win these fights. I think these fights are made for him to win. I just really think that he could probably string a little bit more together and maybe actually start getting back into those rankings. But time will tell, I guess, with him. Jimmy Crute versus fucking this Dum versus Dum. Honestly, no offense. No, not even like... This guy beat my ass, I know that, but fuck, mate, Dum versus fucking Dum. This fight was atrocious. I'm watching this in the pub, and this was fucking bullshit. This was atrocious to watch. 2 fucking retards trying to fucking doorknob. That's what it felt like. Justin Tafa versus fucking Taliesin. Now, I don't want to poop on him that hard because everyone gets caught, but fuck, mate, you got caught twice now, and this guy he looks like a dum-dum, you know what I mean? I don't have anything to say. Tougher, prelim fighter forever. You know what I'm saying? Good entertainment. Not love him, that's a bad word, but good entertainment when he shows up. But sometimes, mate, he just can't fucking take them. He just can't take them. And he looks like the kind of bloke that can take them, you know what I mean? Weili versus Suarez. I fell for it. I fucking fell for it bad. I thought Suarez actually might have out-wrestled Weili. I thought Weili in her last few fights, especially her last 2 fights, and especially against Yan, the other Chinese chick. I hope I got that name right. I felt like Weili's grappling was nowhere near good enough to be above the grappling and power of Suarez. But with that even said, I remember saying to my friend, and my friend was saying it to me, we can't doubt Zhang. You know, we've seen Zhang, you know, overcome these sort of obstacles so many times. And I don't know, I let the odds get to me, I think, a little bit there. I did pick Suarez in the end. I lost a bit of money on Suarez. But, you know, good on Zhang, mate. That's a fucking ridiculous performance. You know, just, again, one of those performances where it's like, you must have forgot. And I did forget. So, good on her. Proved me wrong. Sean Strickland versus Duplessis, embarrassing. Actually embarrassing for Sean. Do not fucking talk about fucking fighting to the death. And I know everyone said it now. I've seen it on the YouTubes. I've seen it on the opinions. Everyone's shitting on Sean. But, mate, this is honestly the fucking weakest cunt I've ever fucking seen. This guy is so insecure. This guy pulling guns on kids. Oh, look at my fucking guns. Look at my fucking guns. We're going to fight for the fucking death, guys. This guy didn't even want to come to Australia. He's talking about how I love you, Australia. You guys are the best. Bro, this guy didn't want to come here. He goes like, I'm not coming back to Australia. I'm fighting to police here in America. This guy didn't want to come here. I don't know who was cheering him on. He's actually the biggest fucking sook and hypocrite. I used to be a big fan of him. When he beat Adesanya, I was there, and I was part of that crowd that turned on Adesanya and started going for Sean, just purely because of the dog stuff, and, you know, it was funny, and the idea of Adesanya having that really boring fight style once he became a champion really weighed on it. And Sean just, you know, I bought into that hype of going for Sean. Oh my God, I was fucking wrong on that. I was mad wrong on that. Sean Strickland is actually a fucking moron. Like, biggest puss. This guy, and if you dead set think that I'm wrong and you're like, well, you're calling everybody a weak man and shit, this guy is actually a fucking weak man. He's got no children. He's only just gotten a fucking girlfriend. All he can do is post about fucking guns on his Facebook like he's some tough cunt with his guns. Fight man to man. Anytime he fights man to man, he gets fucked on. The only cunts he can beat are fucking blokes that just stand there like fucking have no idea about boxing. Dricus fights like a fucking retard and he still smashed him. Oh, my nose got fucking hurt. Stop fighting for half the fucking fight. That's what he did in the first fucking fight. He got that little head cut on his head and he's like, oh, I got a little head cut. Oh, I can't fight no more. I actually have no respect for him whatsoever. You talk a big game, you get a big game. It's really as simple as that. He's a hypocrite. He's a piece of shit, and he should have gone in there, put his bowls on the walls, and got knocked the fuck out if he didn't have enough to beat Dricus. It's really as simple as that. That would have been a real man, but instead he got his fucking sore nose and cried about it. Good win for Dricus, though. I don't really have too much to say. I don't really think he showed anything we haven't seen before. You know, I actually thought it was probably a worse performance that he had on Adesanya, but you know, I don't know. Sean obviously does something that makes it hard for people to fight. But fuck, mate. Sean sucks, mate. I really can't see him getting a title shot ever again with a performance like that. Like, that was just... Because how many times are you going to buy them Wolf tickets? To the death. I'm going to put it on for you guys. I'm going to do this. You didn't do shit, mate. You didn't do fucking shit. You fucking jabbed and teeped and then broke your nose and cried. He fucking lost every fucking round. There was no urgency from this cunt. Not one time did he go, oh, I need to fucking put pedal to the metal. I've got to go for it here. I'm going to lose twice against this guy. I have no choice but to just fucking go for it. Fucking dum-dum head here. Oh, he had stuff. I don't give a fuck. Dum-dum head, if you think you're that far in, you go for it. If you get fucking finished, you get fucking finished because you're never getting it again. Anyway, that's me. Peace.